It is a time of innovation, of curiosity, of compassion, and empathy for one another, because we will not change this world alone. We will change it together. Welcome to Intuition Unlocked, the podcast empowering empathic women who feel misunderstood, overwhelmed, or disconnected from their intuition, begin to trust their sensitivities, find inner clarity, and show up with embodied, unstoppable confidence in their daily lives. I am your host, Olivia Ashley, an empath and intuitive, and I am so happy you're here. Welcome to another beautiful week. I am Olivia, an empath and intuitive guide, and your host of Intuition Unlocked. This is your weekly intuitive insight for January 12th through January 18th. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and allow your intuition to guide you. But trust that if you found your way here, there is a message within this episode for you. And to make sure you never miss out on an intuitive insight episode or any of the other amazing episodes here at this podcast, be sure that you are following or subscribing anywhere you listen to your podcast. And if you'd be so kind, share it with a friend of yours that you feel could use extra support or intuitive insight for their weeks. I appreciate the support and your help in building and creating this beautiful, open-hearted community. This week, the energy is gaining momentum. It is fast, electric, and charged with possibility. It is not asking you to do more. Rather, it's guiding you to be more intentional, more focused, and more precise with your energy. We're stepping into a time of preparatory action because opportunities are on the horizon. There are shifts that are being illuminated for us and changes that are already in motion. So the theme of this week is momentum. And I really get the sense that we are going to be in this space, in this energy for the next 2 to 3 months. It feels like right now there's a lot of focus on rest, on tending to ourselves, on the internal realm, but in preparation for the external aspects that are going to start coming forward. It's not a time to be completely unplugged, to stop anything that you're doing. It's more, how do you find healthy balance? How do you navigate your emotions, your well-being, make space for better habits, and bring in the tools that support you, because there's a lot that's about to come down. I think in March, even April, we're going to start to see what we're preparing for, get a sense of what we've been building towards. And this week is a push of momentum and truly a gentle but fiery nudge for you. And with 2025 being a 9-year in numerology, we are in a dance of endings and beginnings. It means it's a big cycle of completion and closure. We're clearing space for what's next while also getting a sense of what's to come. So it's a lot of endings, beginnings, and endings. And I've been speaking to that energy for at least a few weeks now. It's coming full force for me in my day-to-day. And sometimes I don't know what to do with that. It's just the knowing of there's still a lot that we're going to go through this year. And yet there is this new beginning on the other side. So that can feel overwhelming, but this week is about learning how to ground yourself within this momentum, finding your own rhythm as you move forward, finding your own resilience, your own nourishment, what you need, how you need to tend to yourself, the things you might need to alter or change. And again, this is not an energy of needing to feel like, wow, my whole life needs to change. Nothing is working. It's subtle, intentional, focused alterations. So take a breath, ground down. Wherever you are in your world, it is purposeful. It is beautiful. It's incredible what you've done. You've created who you are. Remember that. It's more a fine attunement, fine adjustment that's going to be taking place. And that's the energy of the momentum. It's an uptick in this request to assess and put things in action. So let's get into the messages for the week to give you more clarity and insight about this energy. Message 1, do not fear, lean into the push. This is not a time of fear, of doubt, or hesitation because the energy is confronting. We've spent most of the past year, 2024, reflecting, releasing, purging, letting go, especially in the final months of 2024. There was an uptick of this need to open to emotional healing, face what we need to face. We had a lot of tests, challenges, sickness, items that came up that were confronting. And that chapter is closing down. While there might not be resolutions or the full integration of what you've gone through, that energy and those tests are stopping or transforming, and you will continue to deal with and maneuver with whatever the big things that came through were. And now is a time of adjusting and shifting to looking at your life of, okay, you've gotten through the big booms, ahas, moments of reckoning, and you've done the work, and you're sitting here going, okay, now how do I put myself back together? What am I creating or being or wanting to feel in this next year? The week is asking you to take small, thoughtful actions. So do not fear or get stagnated by this push energy that's coming. More get clear around, okay, if I do 3 things today, what would those be? And let those be enough. I am enough with wherever I'm at and with whatever I can give. And if you feel resistance creeping in, ask yourself, am I truly not ready? Or am I just afraid of stepping into the unknown? The unknown is not something to fear. If that's how you feel when you look ahead and it's all misty, start to settle back in and begin to reprogram in your mind that unknowns are invitations for opportunities. You decide what energy you bring into the unknowns, what you walk forward with. And the momentum of this week is like a gentle yet firm push, like a nudging hand on your back, a loving hand on your back, asking you to step more in alignment with your next phase. Trust that you are ready. Stagnation is the only thing that's going to hold you back from the magic waiting for you. Message 2, temper the anxiety. So if you're picking up on the themes, there's some fear, there's some anxiety, because this is a lot of energy. There's an automatic resistance when you're not aware of the energy you're actually working with. And so it's a reminder that when momentum comes, this can bring anxiety, especially around what actions to take next. The mind loves to race ahead, worry about choices, outcomes, or the right path, quote unquote, right. But the truth is, you're not going to miss what is meant for you. If you're feeling overwhelmed, pause and reconnect with your intuition. Make space to ground and to drop into your body, into your heart, and ask your inner guidance, where is my energy best spent right now? Surrender it up to the universe and look for signs or feelings and synchronicities because they're going to be here and help you. Take a step back this week and zoom out. Sometimes this anxiety comes because we get hyper-focused on all the little things. Instead, think about all the experiences, everything that had to happen, the blessings, the challenges that have led you to this very moment, where you are, who you are. Everything has unfolded just as it was meant to. There is no single right or wrong way forward, only the experience waiting for you. So move forward this week and into your year with curiosity and an open heart, knowing you're exactly where you need to be and nothing is amiss. Message 3, your heart is strengthening. When I opened the Akashic Records for our podcast and this weekly insight, I was immediately met with a very strong, vibrant green energy. It surrounded all of us and our records. And green is the color of the heart chakra. It is a deeply restorative, compassionate, and loving frequency. This week and this year is about strengthening and embodying more heart energy. The heart is the bridge between the physical and the spiritual, the self and the collective, the body and the soul. It holds empathy, connection, and balance. And if we are to navigate the changes ahead, both personally and globally, our hearts must lead the way. It is not a time of fear, of doubt, of greed. It is a time of innovation, of curiosity, of compassion, and empathy for one another, because we will not change this world alone. We will change it together. Consider this your invitation to nurture your relationships with yourself, your loved ones, and those within your community. Lean into authentic connection where it feels good, where you can show up and be authentic and vulnerable and have a role to play. The world is shifting, and if we are to create real, meaningful change, it will come from the heart. Message 4, the Great Awakening. Something powerful is brewing. It is such an interesting energy to receive and feel. We are entering a time where more people than ever will begin to see through the illusions of the world. Whether this is triggered by grief, health crises, natural disasters, personal loss, or spiritual revelations, a collective awakening is unfolding. And I see intuition and spiritual power being at the crux of it all. You may be going through this transformation yourself for the first time. Maybe you've gone through it and you're finding yourself guiding others through it. Or you've been on this path for a while and you're experiencing a second awakening, one that's deeper, more refined, and expansive than before. I definitely put myself in that camp. I thought I had my awakening, that I did that I learned a lot. I shattered so many illusions around nutrition and health and pollution and toxicity and well-being, and then intuition and spirituality over the last decade. And I'm realizing in the last 3 months, this is really coming online again. There is this next up leveling needing to happen. And what's causing it is this bigger crumbling of systems, of understanding, of beliefs and thoughts about what we thought was real not being the case anymore. Or maybe we had tools and aspects that we thought and believed in, and we're needing different things now. And this process is not easy, but it is deeply sacred. When we move through awakenings, we are shaken. We're unraveled and we are redefined through the process. But on the other side of it is clarity, empowerment, growth, and a truth unlike anything other you've experienced. So if you're feeling lost, know this: you are not alone. This is a bigger collective moment in time, and we're moving through it as a group. Not everyone is going to have it, but if you're here listening, you're definitely a part of it, having your own experience within it. And I see many of you extending hands and helping others around you. There is purpose in this shift, both for you and others, so trust it. The last message, message 5, create and dream. Amidst all this change, do not forget to dream. This is a week for your inner dreamer and creator to awaken and come online again. It's a time to reignite curiosity, stretch your imagination, and allow yourself to explore new possibilities. The dreamer sees beyond limitations. It questions and wonders and then envisions what could be. There's no bounds. There is just exploration and curiosity. And the creator in you takes what the dreamer sees and begins to bring those dreams to life. So it's this beautiful dance of going out and looking at it all, looking up at the stars, seeing the world, seeing what's possible, getting downloads. This feels like your intuition is also going to be directing the dreamer within you of where you want to explore, what aspects you want to look at and envision, and then use your creativity and your creative power to ground it into this reality of how can I make that come alive? How do I share that? Is that through a story or a song, through a painting, through the start of a book or a business or talking with a friend. There's so many aspects. We are creative in many different forms and ways, and trust that you will know what is best for you. And if you feel disconnected from your creativity, this is your sign to reconnect and prioritize it. If you listen to episode 68, where I channeled 8 messages for the start of 2025 and the bigger themes we're going to see, creativity was one of the big ones that came through. So it's important that we're starting now to bring this back into our day-to-day. Daydream about what you truly desire and let your inner child play. So this week, dream first, create second, and the path ahead will reveal itself in time. Overall, this week is electric with momentum, awakening, and creation. You are stepping into a new phase, one where fear is not in the driver's seat, but intuition is and must be trusted. And your heart will take the lead. Let your heart take the lead. So to recap the overall themes, lean into the push. You are ready. Temper any anxiety by trusting in divine timing. Strengthen your heart to navigate what's ahead. Support yourself and others through this collective awakening. And let your inner dreamer and creator lead the way. If any of these messages resonate or really stuck out to you, please reach out to me on Instagram or via email. I would love to hear from you and connect and see what's coming up in your life and how are you working with these episodes. Until then, I wish you all the best. Continue to trust your intuition and take the next step forward. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining me on Intuition Unlocked. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of insight, guidance, or intuitive inspiration. To dive deeper into our community and get access to exclusive content, head to my website at www.olivia-ashley.com and subscribe to my newsletter. You can also connect with me on Instagram at wildlyolivia for daily inspiration and updates. Remember, your intuition is your superpower. Trust it, nurture it, and let it guide you. Until next time, I'm Olivia Ashley, and I can't wait to connect with you again.